Hi friends, Jason Lengstorf here. I am the host of Learn with Jason, and I'm super excited to talk to you today about ChatOps. ChatOps is a way for you to take a lot of toil and repetitive administrative overhead and move it to the place where you're already working, which is your work chat. So today we are going to be learning how to build a ChatOps workflow using Slack and Notion, but this will apply to any chat app with an API and any project management tool with an API. We're going to learn how we can create custom slash commands, how to take user input and save that in your project management tool, and we'll learn how to set up a cron job that will automatically alert your team on a regular schedule so that they remember to check the open requests. I'm really excited for you to learn this. It's been a huge benefit to me in my career. Welcome to the course. I'm going to show what I did there because I just kind of did that fast, but I started typing add and it shows this context menu of add apps to channel. So grab that and then here's the bot. I'm going to add it. And now Food Fight has been added to this channel, and this will need to be done for any channel where you want the bot to work. Typically speaking, what I've done is for my teams, I have the bot run almost exclusively in my team's channel. But for some things like the context reminders, if somebody's posting requests all over the place, you might want to install it to the entire workspace, which you can do. There's some ways that you can have the bot auto add itself if you give it that permission. And we're not going to cover that today because I don't think it's necessary unless you've got extenuating circumstances. But otherwise, just add it in any channel where you want to use it. And now if we run Food Fight again, there it goes. This is posted publicly from the Food Fight app as a chat message. So that's the kind of first major takeaway here is how to get a bot to post to your Slack channel. And this can be done outside of a Slack command, or out of a slash command. You can have the bot post to your channel at any time, which is how we'll do the cron job later on. But using a slash command to post some feedback as the bot is a great way to just make it feel like part of the experience. I am asking a question in a channel and the bot gives me feedback on the thing that I've asked. That feels the exact same as if it was a member of the team, but now it's more consistent and it's built into the process. Even at this point, a slash command is really, really useful without building anything else, because you can use this to say slash open issues, and then you can go hit the GitHub API and pull every open issue for repos that your team is responsible for. You can make API requests in between getting the slash command and sending that chat response, right? So you can do just about anything here, and that's really, really powerful. So to actually show how this works, let's just really quickly put in something that won't stick. We're just going to play with it for a minute. And I'm going to add a joke in here. So let's get a joke, and that's going to be the output of a fetch command that will go to icanhasdadjoke.com, which just gives you a random dad joke. And that will use headers, and we just want to return the accept header of text plain, because we're not going to parse the JSON object. We just want it to send us back a plain old joke. So then in our response here, we can use the await joke text to get that response as plain text. And so this could be, you can imagine, kind of anything, right? I can call anything that's got an API endpoint, I can grab, and then if I wanted to, I could do far more parsing on the JSON object or anything else to then return this in the chat message. But for now, if I go and use this, anytime you run this, it's going to give you a new dad joke. So it's a very nice workflow in chat. If there's something that you need to check all the time, rather than saying, yeah, let me go check that for you, and getting out of your flow, moving into some dashboard somewhere, and then coming back and copy pasting a screenshot, you can take a little bit of time to put together one of these slash commands and just say status and have it print that screenshot right there for you, or give you the top stats for whatever thing, find out who's on call, whatever the things are that you find yourself checking frequently in your team, you're able to do that with a slash command very quickly. And this is the power of that ChatOps workflow, is you can really cut down on the amount of time you spend context switching to grab information that's available via API anyways. But now that we've got this, we will eventually save these, but for now, we're going to just send the details back to Slack. So we're going to use chat post message. We're going to use a channel, and the channel that we are going to use is our general channel. So in this case, I don't want to use the channel where it was submitted. I want to use this channel's detail directly. So I'm going to copy this channel ID, and then I'm going to go back into here and in quotes, paste that here. So that gives us our channel ID. So anytime somebody starts a food fight, it will post to the general channel. The way that I did this in previous teams is if somebody made a request for help with my team, it would post in my team's public channel and tag the person who wrote it so that they would know where we triaged issues. Next, we're gonna set up some text and we'll say, oh dang y'all. And then we can, put some emojis in there because why not? And then we'll say, we're gonna use a specialty thing that Slack does where you can send like a tag. They do it like this. You put it in curly or angle brackets like this, and then you can @ somebody by either their username or ID, and that'll turn into an actual mention in the message. And then we can say, just started a food fight with a, we'll do fields, spice level, take, and then I want this to have some new lines. So we'll just do some new line fields there. And then I'm going to say fields.opinion. And why don't we make that bold? And then we can add a couple more new lines and just encourage everybody to discuss. We're going to break under that. So that is our basic setup here. And then if we want to have a default case, we can just console log, we'll say no handler defined for payload. We'll just send in the callback ID. And then we can return a status of status code 400, and it'll be a body of this as well so that it shows up, so that this shows up on the screen for the person who posted it, because again, if something's wrong like that, you do want it to show up. And then finally, down below our switch case, we're gonna return a status code of 200, just like we did in the other one, with an empty body, so that Slack knows that we did in fact respond to this request. Then to use it, we are going to come down in here and we will say, and we're gonna check to see if there's a body payload. And if there is, we're gonna parse that. And this is sent as JSON. So we'll do a JSON.parse and get body.payload. And then return handle interactivity and pass in that payload. So let's give this a try. Let's see how it's doing. So I'm gonna run my food fight command. And then I wanna also show, because we're checking for text, we can add the take right in here. So let's just say, raisins are a garbage snack. So that'll get picked up and automatically filled into that input, which is a nice way to do it. It lets people kind of move at the same speed that they would normally type. They just have to prefix with that command. And I don't know that this is a particularly controversial thing to say. I think this is probably 50-50 in the population. So we'll submit it, and there we go. It's now responding to the whole channel. It tags my user and says that I just started a food fight. It includes the take that I put in, and it includes the spice level that I set for it. Here's my chat ops. and that was deployed at 9:26. So I think this is set up on the right one, but it's not using the branch that I want because I just pushed to my workshop branch. So I'm going to change that here to where right now it's on main. I'm going to change it to workshop. I'm going to save. And then I can go to my deploys and we'll deploy the site so that it uses the workshop branch. And we can see up here that it's now using that workshop branch when it deploys. So it's deploying our site. It's got our functions, and it should say that we have a scheduled function. And if I go and look at my function setup here, we can see that we've got this one set up as a scheduled function now, and it should run in 1 minute. So any second now, we should see that actually execute. I missed a step actually, because remember, we've got all those environment variables locally. So we need to actually put those environment variables up on Netlify. And because we've got the .env file, this is actually just delightfully straightforward. I can run ntl env import and then grab the .env file. And that pulls in all those details, which I will hide here. And then we're going to go back out and we're just going to rebuild one more time now that we've got those environment variables. Because if I go and look at my settings here, now we'll see that they're actually there. So they weren't there before. That's why it wasn't working. So we'll trigger one more deploy. Only takes a few seconds because this is just a couple of functions. We don't have a lot of advanced anything going on in this. All right, that build is complete. Head back out to our functions. We can see that our reminder is here. It's scheduled to run every minute. Next execution in 1 minute. So we can collapse this down, hide this, and in a minute here, we should see our function execute. There we go. So now we have a Notion bot, or a Notion app, I should say, and a Slack app that allow us to run / commands to add something to our task queue. We've got a shortcut that allows us to remind other people about how to follow that process and to use the / command. We've got the ability to sync those / command entries and save that input to Notion. And then we've got the ability for Notion to take that input and send it back using a cron job so that the team is able to see what they're on the hook for and make sure they stay on top of those incoming requests.